So we get back to what is a stream worth, our age-old question. And that's an important question to podcasters especially.
Right.
Because in music, they have set the rules. And the rules are in place for 3-minute bodies of work. In podcasting, we at hours.
You are on.
So I'm highlighting some of the confusion. I'm just highlighting for the audience why you want to go into 2 years ago. You want to go into an exclusive deal with somebody who's assuring you you'll get all the information and analytics that you need. But because I come from the bottom, my analogy is the strip club for the people that are having a hard time understanding and following me. We've all been, right?
Yeah.
A few times.
I know a little bit
on
about
occasion.
it. I dabble.
What is every
Maybe
trip
a
in the
birthday
strip
party.
club? What is your every trip to the strip club worth to the strip club? Parks, what is your every trip to the strip club actually worth to the strip club? I present the same question to Rory and any other gentleman that has lived there.
I'm getting a plate of lasagna.
Oh, please.
I'm
Oh,
buying
please.
alcohol before I even throw money at women.
It's priceless.
For the people that don't know what I'm saying, and I'm admitting to some things here, because I've been in the strip club quite a bit. I've spoken to the women that work it. I've spoken to the men that work it. In the strip club, you are taxed at every corner without knowing.
Paper towel in the bathroom.
Pull up. Hey, you ain't even got to pee yet.
Yeah. Get in the door.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Ain't no door. Valet. You're paying. Aggressive pat down. The door. You're paying. The coat check. You're paying. The food on display right after. You're paying. The drinks. You're paying plus the surcharge. The hundreds that you order, you're paying plus the surcharge. Every 100 is 90.
Table.
The 100 is 90.
Yeah.
It puts you in that weird predicament of, hey, do I pay the ATM the fee or do I pay the strip club the fee?
Which the ATM fees are triple what they are.
The bartenders are beautiful. You're going to keep ordering drinks. I'm taxing the bartenders. I'm taxing the strippers. I'm taxing the DJ at every single turn. You're being taxed. That was my analogy for the audience that we brought to Spotify, an unproven prospect and platform, because this is a music platform,
Right.
in podcasting. The way that they made the podcasting market sound, because be advised, this is all a market share game. 2 years ago, Apple controlled it. All of it.
Without their knowledge.
Hey, by mishap.
Yeah.
We got hardware and other shit over here. Listen, we just getting taxed too much money. But we own all that shit.
Podcast app has been on the iPhone 3 when you bought it.
Yep.
They, without knowing, were holding that market share.
Yeah, I don't want to make this sound. I don't want to make this sound as if it's a bad thing at all.
No,
Trust me.
This isn't a shit on type segment.
This is a great thing. We both ran into the small percentage that we never thought we would. 2 years ago, they told me that if they were able to get to 3%, 4%, 5% of the podcasting market, then that this would be unbelievable shit. It was almost unattainable.
Right.
That's how much of the market share Apple owned. So that's what they said 2 years ago. The small percentage that we would have never guessed would happen is we hit all that shit.
Right.
I can't tell you that at the lobby in the Mondrian. All I can tell you is you're projecting wrong. You don't understand podcasting. And just move out of my way. Move out of my way and let us do what we have to do.
And that's my problem to the two things that you said in this whole segment. Executives focusing just on the numbers and then the word value. Because the amount of people that we brought to Spotify in the podcast market and the information they got from it.
Back to the strip club.
It's invaluable.
Back to the strip club.
You can't put a price on that.
All you have to, you don't know how many people you have to put in the strip club for the strip club to turn a profit.
Yeah.
You might walk in and say, this shit is horrible. It's 100 people here. On the back end, the strip club is thriving with 100 people in there. 20 of those people are athletes. They done fucking threw money in the air for 5 hours. We got this. We got this here. But let's get off of that for a minute. The strip club, we brought the people to the party. The people was y'all. Round of applause for y'all.
Yes.
Hold up. Round of applause for y'all.
Thank y'all.
Y'all's contribution should not get lost in what's going on here. And a lot of times we may feel so insignificant, we may think that we don't have a grand effect on the totality of things. I'm here to tell you, you would be incorrect. That is wrong. Let me get back to year one. Strip club analogy. Amy Schumer fails, from my perspective. We fill up the strip club. 900% above projection.
We're star tenders?
This is year one of our contract. Year one of our contract. Year one of our contract. Gentlemen, how long do you think it took them to figure out that this was a really profitable business? I'm asking you.
Day one.
Fucking guessed it. Instantaneously.
Yeah.
Day one.
Instantaneously. Hey, listen. Crooked Eye told me that I need to honor my contracts. Crooked Eye told me that I can't be upset with a contract. I should honor it out. And as a black man in this country, you know what I live with? I live with you being afraid of my response to anything.
Right.
Let that not be lost here. The systematic oppression part is huge. Let me not show these people, let me not act like I don't know how to finish out a contract.
Right.
Like I'm not professional enough to be here. That goes back to the evolution. This is all just the evolution of Joe and Spotify. This is all cause for toast, and we toasting soon. 4 months later, exactly 4 months later, do you know what happened? You fucking guessed it. A Gimlet acquisition. Talk about hearkening back to my fear of being able to produce 2 podcasts a week and stay number 1 2 times a week. February 2019, Gimlet, $250 million. Gimlet is a company. They have 1 million podcasts. At Def Jam, I learned this. See, and that's the problem with these fucking DSPs. I come from music, fam. Some of these rules that y'all are trying to put into effect, it's an old game. It's an old game. I come from music, which means I've been robbed and scammed for 18 years of my career in a game that I had no say-so on the rules that were being put in place. Podcasting, not so much, buddy. This is new ground. All you niggas is new here. Spotify, my contract with y'all, I helped design it. Y'all didn't know. There's an entire ecosystem here that you have to respect.
Have to.
If you're looking to feed the soil. See, everybody's not looking to feed the soil. Some are just looking to take the fruit.
Right.
Gimlet comes.
It's a bar.
$250. Guess what? We took our little money, guys. None of y'all complained. None of y'all said nothing to me. We didn't do what the average artist would do in that position, because what we've been taught to do in this position is, while the leverage is at an all-time high, threaten stoppage of work.
Right.
The market at the time, 2 years ago, quickly changed. 2 years ago, podcasters didn't know where to go to get a bag. We didn't have the relationships. Hey, a few months in, everybody was giving out a bag. It's the reason most of you podcasters are rushing, searching for a deal with some high numbers to fucking announce. You don't value the freedom the way that you should. We'll get to that part later. Gimlet comes February 2019. April 2019. You know what else comes? You fucking guessed it. Parkcast. Slow down, buddy. You now telling me that the Joe Budden podcast worked, and in an attempt to scale up, go find another one. Any one. Just one. And we rocking. You now hire Gimlet, who produces podcasts in a mass abundance. Mm-hmm. And in April, you purchase to own. Purchase Parkcast. Parkcast, if you're unfamiliar, is a technology that you need to make a podcast. Mm-hmm. Tell me what that says to y'all while I'm quiet, not saying a word. Oh, wait, I got to rewind. I made a huge mistake in the story. Before I took the short from y'all, because I was in it for the branding and the branding and the information, before I took the short from y'all, when I leave Complex, what happened was I got millions from everywhere. Don't paint me out to be Hit Boy here. I'm not clout chasing.
Don't do that.
And neither was he. I love Hit Boy. Followed him even.
You're so corny.
I did it. I followed him. I'm not clout chasing. That's important to note because this is all poker and Monopoly. So what I'm saying is when you don't have the finances, sometimes you may take a deal that's not valued the way that you see it valued. You follow me?
Yeah.
Of course.
So I closed that Spotify deal at whatever we got. I won't get into numbers. I have NDAs everywhere. I'm going to get fired. I took that deal, and you know what happened after that? I got M's from everywhere. Everywhere. I used to be so confused when Drake said, your first million is the hardest to get and the rest of them come easy. I was home with $20 saying, how could it be? It's true. 1 million puts you in different rooms.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
It gives you some different relationships. Sorry.
Yeah.
I learned this is what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. Spotify deal came, we took it, branding and information, and in the meantime, Joe got a M. It was raining M's. M from Viacom. M from Revolt. M from over here. M from over there. It was lit. Know what it told me? Whoa, uh-oh, something's wrong. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. My time is my inventory. My time is my inventory. What I'm spending the most time on is my podcast. For me, it's my most valuable asset. Also, for me right now, I'm being paid the least in it.
Man.
I'm being paid the least in my most valuable asset. And not numbers. Not numbers. Again, time. It's 102 episodes a year. I beat that doing 8 pull-ups.
It's crazy.
I beat that doing X amount of Love and Hip Hops. I beat it everywhere. Revolt. I get paid more than this shit. Joe is great. Changes things a bit.
Sure.
Changes a few things.
Yeah.
It's hard to play poker broke, Parks.
Yeah.
If you don't have any money and you're at that poker table, I don't care what hand you have. Mm-hmm. You're going to think for a second.
Yeah. Because you can't lose.
All of these M's came, and granted, I understand that because the greater that Joe does outside this podcast does great. Right. Like, I get it. It goes hand in hand. Listen, it's no beef.
Synergy.
No beef there. But you paid Gimlet $250. April came, 2019. You gave Parkcast $250. You have a whole streaming farm of podcasts. You run Blank Air Podcast today. Doesn't matter because everything is cool in year one. Our numbers are going through the roof. We are rocking. We are number one. So much so, we get approached 8 months into a 2-year deal to say, hey, we would like to further business. I'm applauding you guys. I'm applauding you for the foresight of recognizing a profitable business and looking to lock in way ahead of time. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. But it wasn't a podcast deal. It was a podcast deal. It was a pull-up deal. It was a Rory album deal. Whatever Maul went and did on the side, it was a Maul deal. We own 50% of that. Parks, you and Gift, throw that shit out the window. We own all of your shit. Eric, you're saying you're not taping nothing, are you? Because we own that too. That's what happened 8 months into this contract. Know what I said? It's silly.
Right.
Why would I acknowledge this when any graph that you pull up is to the moon for us? They all up. All the way up. Fat Joe, Remy Ma, hey. Any graph is all the way up. Hey, you know what? I said no quickly. Brashly, abrasively. No, do me a favor. Don't present that to me again. It's common sense. I have a year left on this deal.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're offering me 7 figures now for all of this bullshit, why would I not wait the year to see what's going on? Master P gave it to you on Solange album. It's the same thing. I can't quote this, but it seemed they didn't like that.
Of course.
You don't say.
I could be wrong in that. Me and Ian and I felt like they didn't like that. We could not confirm that. And that was in July, August.
A year ago.
2019. I'm just painting the timeline from my perspective.
Yeah.
September 2019, our 1 year anniversary. I was expecting a raise.
Are we gonna get into
Hey, real
the
niggas.
whole thing?
Hey, real niggas would have tore this contract up in month 1 and done right. Yes, that's what would have happened. We have earned you 9 figures. I don't need to get into the how. But I'm telling you for fact, we have earned 9 figures. Not low. Not 1. In sports, this contract should have been ripped up. It wasn't. September comes, I'm owed. We're owed a bonus because there's benchmarks there. Mm-hmm. We have been number 1 for a year straight.
Yep.
$500,000 just bonus just because. Guess what happened in September? God damn it, you guessed it. Not a bonus in sight. I was confused. Any right decision that I've ever made in business only comes from something not feeling right and making me ask questions. Other than that, I'm still just this 10th grade dropout without any information. But the smart people are stupid. So when we don't get a bonus in September, a year after being number 1, I say, what happened? And they give me a bunch of bullshit about the difference between a start, a stream, a unique start, and however the else fuck you calculating some shit. Who the fuck are y'all? I come from the music business. Know what that is eerily similar to? 1,500 streams making a sale. Says who? Walk me to his office.
Nah, that's
I'm
real
off.
shit.
Tavon. Now where you at?
No,
the 3rd floor?
No, that's real
come on,
shit.
let's go.
Yeah, that's real
Explain
shit.
this to me.
That's real shit. I want to talk to him.
We didn't get a raise in September.
Right.
Guess what? I got fucking Crooked Eye's voice stuck in my head. You honor a contract. I got Ian's voice stuck in my head. You honor a contract. You show these people that you professional no matter what your personal grievances may be. Because that's when they paint you as threatening. I've spoken to enough bill collectors to know how this goes. Hey, fuck Your Honor. Oh, they said, oh, you're getting irate. Gotta go.
Yeah. You don't need to curse.
September comes, we don't get a bonus. It's cool. I don't ask. Start, streams, unique starts, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen, I am also watching the numbers, and I can assure you what we are doing in consumption and retention is not matched by many. That's a fact. Mm-hmm. Some of y'all are wondering why I kept this thing 3 hours for 2 years. Some of y'all have listened to us talk about Park's collard greens. There's a fucking reason that I'm sitting here talking for 3 hours, because the past 2 years have been nothing but a fucking case study. I'm watching. How long will they stay? They stay until the last hour. I come from hip hop. I know what that means for advertising. I'm sorry if I'm losing some of y'all that are here from the jokes. Come back to us on Saturday. We'll get to it. I promise you. This is important because there's too many podcasters and creatives out there being led astray and making the same mistakes for 70 fucking years.